All right, hello everyone. It's Mystic Juicer back with some more Yomi action, finally. And we have a balanced clash, snoc versus JonnyD. So very kind of a non-standard format tournament. There's a lot of character selection stuff going on at the start of the game. So essentially, whoever's the higher seeded player in the match gets to choose one of the 20 characters in the cast, and then their opponent, at least for the first match, gets to choose either one of 6 of the most even matchups as determined by a selection of the historical matchup chart that I maintain. One of those 6 characters that you're allowed to counterpick with, or that player can choose to pick one of the 20, and then the higher seeded player chooses one of those 6 characters to counterpick with, and then whoever loses gets to either switch their character or counterpick from the available choices again. In any case, what this means is we have JonnyD playing Manalker and snoc playing Grave. So JonnyD selected Manalker. Johnny's a very comfortable Manalker player, very scary Manalker player. And Grave happens to be one of the allowable counterpicks to it. I'm just gonna have a quick peek and see what else that snoc could have chosen from. So yeah, very fun tournament format. Definitely some non-standard stuff going on. Ooh, the chip. The massive chip damage. Pretty sure that snoc is absolutely fine with that happening. Gets the block, gets to show his opponent a 3. So we've got attack, dodge side, mix up. So JonnyD can be very safe and just accept whatever damage. I think with 11 cards in hand, though, what I would really expect from snoc would be either single ace, a queen, or True Power of Storms. The reason I'm saying is, like, if you actually play the mix-up honestly, there's no way that JonnyD gets hit by the 3 side. Yeah, so I expected JonnyD to, if he thought that snoc was going to play that honestly, he could just play like a king. King is a very dangerous reveal there because it undercuts the 3 if he happens to reveal it. If he dodges, then as Manalker you get hit by a free queen maybe, but there are definitely worse things that can happen to Manalker than take 10 damage. Just gonna have a look at how far along in the event this is. Wow, okay, so pretty far along. Oh, the big chip. I like the fact that snoc is just down backing here. The only throws you need to worry about from Manalker are his 7 and his super. Everything else leads into just no real damage. Uses up a lot of his combo points. It is 3 out of 5, yeah. So there's not a ton of combos that Manalker can throw into. He can throw into like throw AA, but at that point, just wait a little bit longer, get more aces, and do max damage. Yeah, JonnyD playing it slow. I like it. Oh, okay, revealed the 2 there. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense that he would be blocking there with the single power-up already having happened. Okay, now, so we have confirmed 2 Power of Storms in hand for snoc. We have 3 known aces in hand for JonnyD, I believe. Or did he power up for... Box reveals... Turns a 9. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Solved the mystery solved. Luckily, we're playing with Grave, so we get to see this hand. So no dodges, which is good. for snoc. You can just and no real strong starters. Like we don't see a king starter, so you can just play like a 2. You can play a 3. The worst thing that happens is he eats a fast J or walks into a block. Yeah, okay, so no low normals that he wants to spend as dodges, maybe? He's already spent 3 dodges fairly early on in the game. He does have a third of his remaining deck in his hand. Actually, both of them do. Huge grips at this point. And so the victory is definitely going to go to whoever gets hit by super. It's pretty much inevitable, especially with a character that has a super throw, because there is no escape for their opponent from the mix-up. Either you block or throw, and you're at the risk of getting super thrown, or you attack and you risk having your attack dodged into super throw. Okay, snoc applying some more pressure. Immediately powering up again. Fair amount of throws in the discard now. It's 2 7s, 3 8s, 2 9s. So Grave is unlikely to run out of throws before Manelker runs out of hit points. But his throws can become more lower quality, which could allow a Manelker 7 throw to wreak some havoc. Ooh, nicely timed queen there. Shuts down another 7. Going to pull a little bit of value out of Grave's hand here. JonnyD probably pumps this at least once. Okay, yep. Tossing out the useless jack. Not really going to do anything here. The aim of the game for him is just to bring snoc to 55. Find a joker. Remove it with one of the 3 10s, I think. That's in his hand at the moment. 2 10s, yep. And then truly put him in the blender with Deathstrike Dragon. So the question is, can he do that before he loses 34 more hit points to random combat reveals? Ooh! Catches him, doesn't even have to find his way past the Joker. And all of a sudden, just like that, Manelker looking like he's in a position to potentially take this. Pretty strong signal there from Grave dodging that he does not have a queen to play. Yeah, there we go. Finds a queen, and now we've got a 50-50 mix-up. I will throw you, potentially with a 7. Seen only 1 7 come out. 2 8s, 2 9s. So the quality of throws looking much better for JonnyD at this stage of the game. Queen Clash is death for snoc, so he can't even escape that way. And now JonnyD applying the pressure, just bringing out the DPs. Okay, snoc revealing he's got the queen. If I'm snoc, I probably dodge this turn, hoping to bait a hidden queen from JonnyD. Potentially get a chance to True Power of Storms here. Nice. Okay, had the block. Potentially ran out of dodges. Used a fair amount of them. 3 2s, 2 3s, and a 4 gone. So he's got 6 dodges left. Powering up with 10s. just to keep True Power of Storms in hand. 2 10s, 2 9s, basically 5 throws left. Yeah, and JonnyD just saying, well, I'm just gonna dodge. You're the one who has to play scared. I don't have to do that. Yeah, and got both of the queens back, or just the one. Might have just played the one. So now there is truly less and less room for him to maneuver. A block puts him at 1 hit point. Pretty much only a successful dodge is going to get him out of this. Yeah, there we go. Probably very likely to be checkmate there. So nicely done by JonnyD. Now, had the Joker. Hopefully did not have it on the turn where he dodged and got caught by the Deathstrike Dragon. All right, rematch. So this is a first to 4. The allowable counter picks to Manelker are BBB, which is surprising. Manelker, obviously. Geiger, a very hotly contested matchup in the olden days. Grave, Persephone, and Lum. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised we didn't see maybe Lum out of snoc. Maybe he just really dislikes the matchup. I suppose it makes sense. You don't have a tremendous array of... Ooh, very critical throw clash there. And that is 2 7s immediately defeated. So this is a stronger position for snoc to play from here. Ooh, second 7 in a row. JonnyD now getting the upper hand. Oh, wow. Okay. Right into 27. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. The JonnyD story. Back in heat. Absolutely. Yeah, so Manelker's an interesting character, right? Like, he's got a lot of interesting stuff going on. He's the only character in the game that can power up for non-aces, I think. Oh, I'm second guessing myself now, but I think that's true. He can get any of his black face cards, so he's got a recurring DP at 0.0 speed with, you know, upper side, which deals 8 but can deal up to 16. So it's fairly explosive as far as DPs go. Wow, snoc also packing heat. But his throws are actually kind of weak. Other than the 7s, which can be very scary. He's only got his Deathstrike Dragon as a very effective throw generally. And then he's got very few hit points. So if he had 90 hit points, he'd be absolutely busted. I feel like you would play him essentially like you're supposed to play Grave, I suppose, because you have explosive damage off of your attacks, right? Your Black King, the fact that your black face cards pull cards out of your opponent's hand and draw you cards is brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Leads into very good damage, so you can do like Black King into Black King into Black Jack. That is essentially card neutral for you, and your opponent loses 3 cards, including the card they played that turn. So really brutal stuff. And if he had more hit points, you would play him very incredibly defensively. You would sit back and just block forever, and care fairly little about your opponent's throws. And if you can bait your opponent's throws, like blocking a lot will bait throws from your opponent because they're trying to stop you from powering up. Like, your game plan 1 is just get your 55 damage super and then play dodge or super games all day long, just like a grappler would. And then you defend yourself against your super with incredibly explosive damage off of your black face cards. So the fact that he has 70 hit points is seems like fairly well kept. Oh my god. I thought that was the slow. I thought that was the fast side for a second, but no, JonnyD with the with the rago play of let me just duff you with my my 9 damage starter real quick. Does he have another jack? It seems fairly inconceivable that he have another jack. Oh, gets the Joker as well. That is a 1 for 1 card. He removed, actually for 0 cards, because he drew a card off of that. He removed 3 cards from his opponent's hand. Disgusting. So very even life totals, but Manelker has the card advantage. But yeah, that 70 hit points keeps him solidly in the lower mid tier based on historical results. Okay, powering up for Ace, finding that damage. Only has 1 of the 2 in his discard. Yeah, but now JonnyD is basically trying to find a way past snoc's defenses here. Snoc's on low hand, so he's going to want to block, but you've got to always be scared at this point. With 43 hit points left, getting thrown is pretty dangerous. Expect this to be a Joker, yeah. So Joker's removed from snoc's deck. Fairly even hand totals now, though. Okay, and snoc actually going in with a 3 attack. Has not yet shown that he's willing to play the throw side of that mix-up yet. And with 43 hit points left and an ace, a known ace in JonnyD's hand, I don't blame him for being a little bit antsy in that situation. And JonnyD powering up for 3, so 3 known aces. Snoc going ahead and filling his hand with some damage. All right, there we go. We're not going to have to guess. We're not going to have to play estimation games. Let's just see what's in his hand. Okay. Wow. Gross, 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 gross. Okay. Yeah, so the game is don't get hit by Death Strike Dragon. That is 4 7s, 2 9s, and 8. So we've got 3 8s, 2 9s, 2 10s left. So there's a lot of throws in the discard. Now, again, that health total comes into play, right? So he doesn't need to find every throw. He just needs to find 3 of them, or actually 2 of them and a little bit of damage, because he can throw for 19 damage with the aces in his hand. Wow! Catches him blocking again. JonnyD with the full aggro strat. See if snoc decides to switch, or if he will stay as Grave. The mid game has been going fairly well for him. It's not been terrible anyway. But yeah, switching to Lum now. I think Lum makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you do have to worry a little bit about getting hit for 55. And you have a little bit less ability to go on the offensive with throws. However, you do have the dominant speed throw at 6.0, unless the 4 aces, 4 Manelker aces are in play. And your throws deal a lot of damage to Manelker's very cardio-averse lifestyle. So, you know, throwing for, just with a 9, hitting for 9, it's more than, you know, a 7th of Manelker's health. Pump it once, deal 12 damage. Few of those, and Manelker's life is ruined. So it's not like he can just, like, there's no, you don't have to let him get away with just turtling a bunch. Okay, and JonnyD looking like he is going to play this pretty standard. Or he's going to play as though snoc will not throw, essentially. To say, I want you to prove to me that you can throw me before I react to that at all. I'm just going to block a bunch. I'm going to play the occasional dodge. And I'm going to play the occasional queen when I think I can get away with it. Oh, there's the immediate 7. I'm going to pull that ace out. Yeah. Pull another card out of his hand. Just put Lum on the absolute back foot. Yeah, pulls another throw. So only 6 throw left in Lum's hand. Manelker can absolutely just turtle up from here if he wants to. Yeah, picking up a king makes a lot of sense. You know you have the dominant speed attack here. And you can use it as a good bait for any queens or jacks that your opponent happens to draw. Very aggressive stuff from JonnyD right now. Pulls another throw out of his hand. Wow. Yeah, 4 card Lum against 4 card Lum versus 6 card Manelker. Definitely advantage to Manelker, who can, make something happen out of any kind of 2 card combination in his hand. Lum, a little bit less so. So for snoc's sake, I hope he doesn't roll a joker here. Okay, all right. that was actually very good. Actually very, very good for him. Gets to escape low-hand prison basically for free. He does risk getting his aces destroyed here, but I mean, there's nothing he can do about that. Wow. Secret ace. Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's anticipating JonnyD moving so he sees that JonnyD is turtling up. Like he's playing well, he's not turtling up because he's been being fairly aggressive, but he's not playing around throws at all, right? So expecting your opponent to expecting JonnyD to adjust to throws in snoc's range by playing that ace dodge, is probably not very likely. But again, you have to do it. Some opponents do range switch very suddenly, even though whatever they're doing is working, right? Anticipating your opponent's range switch definitely makes sense. I think in this case, I don't think we're going to see that from JonnyD. What he's been doing has been working. There's no real indication that snoc is willing to go in with throws. So just playing the absolute safest stuff, probably the way to go. So wake up queen is probably, I mean, snoc can probably get away with a cross-up attempt here. Yeah, since he picked up the ace, one of the aces in his discard, so it's pretty scary for a character like Manelker, who's right now at 51 hit points, to wake up with an attack. All right, and now we've come back to a more standard kind of neutral position here. Both characters fairly content to just sit back and block and throw the occasional good starters at each other. So at some point, Lum will accrue a large enough hand that Manelker will have to adjust to throw attempts. But we don't seem to be there yet. That's once again 2 aces in the discard. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look and see where JonnyD's dodge total is at. Okay, I thought he played more than that, but yeah, it's fairly reasonable. He's about halfway through his total dodges. There we go, exactly halfway through his total dodges. Does he have quad aces? Ooh, just allows the Joker to be baited. When you see the 10 come out, no. Interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god. This what is this? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have it, right? Like, oh, that, yeah, that can feel rough. Okay, so that is not a loud counterpick to Manalker. Yeah. Setsuki makes a lot of sense here. Just pick the character, you know, you're down 3, pick the character you are most likely to be able to make huge comebacks with, and Setsuki is absolutely a character that can just steal games. All right, switches to the other Dragon Brother. Cool, 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 cool. Like this match is an interesting matchup. It can be very awkward when you walk into huge limbs, get your dome chopped off. Okay, starts with the Joker, takes only 6. Feeling okay about that. This is going to mean that if Midori ever accumulates Final Dragon Buster, Setsuki's going to be in an awkward spot again. But yeah, this is a matchup about keeping Midori's hand fairly low. You don't want him powering up. You don't want him to be able to profitably play Queen and spin it with a 10. You want the dragon to be relatively contained so that you can continue to pressure and essentially play the grappler role against Midori. Can be difficult to do that though. He is a grappler still. He's, you know, he can counter throw your throw attempts. He's got fairly good tools to beat everything except your queen with his own queens, and now we're at a hand size where Midori definitely starts being able to play his game, being able to carve out some respect from his opponent just through the threat of dragon queens. Yep, the classic Midori play, just block until super. It's the Mystic Juicer endorsed method of playing Midori. There's the Dragon Queen. No spin. Okay. I think unfortunately, snoc is now in a position where he's spent enough good starters that JonnyD no longer believes that he has them. Yeah, he's going to take just an absolute pounding here. Ace into double ace here. Yeah. Yep. No need to respect it because you have drawn all of 14 cards and you have already spent a joker. Snoc now apparently stuck on somewhat of an awkward hand. Okay, is able to counter this. That's helpful. Will be able to transition out of this hand as soon as he wins a profitable combat. Oh, yeah. And JonnyD just saying, well, well, I mean, it's not that he's saying you're unwilling to throw because he's punched out 2 throws. But he's definitely feeling snoc's rhythm. Well, when you're up 3-1, you can afford to take some risks too. Definitely allows you to play a riskier type of play, type of style. And at this point, it's just waiting for the end, unfortunately. Yeah, there it is. Do we have the 10? We do. Do we have the counter? Yeah, that is it. JonnyD with a 4-0. Nicely done. Fortunately, snoc defeated. JonnyD will move on to face the winner of Zeba versus MR. So we'll see when that happens. And yeah, so hopefully the absolute destruction that JonnyD showed there was entertaining to watch. Definitely love seeing that dude play. Very, very smart range against his opponent there. And unfortunate for snoc, who is eliminated from the tournament. So thanks everybody for watching, and until next time, enjoy yourselves some Yomi. Cheers.